Okay, second setting is not required. Salam Habibi, how are you? I hope you are fine. It is me, Michaela Santa. I am here with you. According to titles, yes, today we are roasting Blaise Metreweli and here I am welcome you the happy Plassy day 2026. In that cases, here although Indian was has been under the rules of British, but still here the Indian peoples, particularly the citizens of Subi Bangla, were independent from the Bengal Muslim rulers. Okay, and now here we can see today's topic is Shama Obaed, I mean Bangladeshi terrorist Shama Obaed, and here we are discussing that how this Metreweli probably hires Bangladeshi terrorist Shama Obaed to destroy the sovereignty of England. Okay, and now first of all here we can see this points. Well, intro is too long, and now let's check it. Who is Blaise Metreweli? It is the Blaise Metreweli, the ugly women's. Well, the real name of Blaise Metreweli is Blaise Dobrowski. She was born in July 30, 1977. She is a Russian spy, but now she is first female director of MI6, and that is the significant unfortune for MI6, I mean the sovereignty of England. Okay, now here we can see Shama Obaed Islam Bangladesh Foreign Minister. Okay, now here we can see that is the moment. It is see the Shama Obaed, and now let's check the moments. Here we are coming to the points, and now let's check it. And here we record some 3 minutes. Yes. Well, I think it was some significant record times. Okay. Now let's check it. What's going on? Well, here we contains an screenshot of points here. The departure naval distance here naval departure is London, the capital city of England, the provincial kingdom of the United Kingdom of Great Britain, and arrival is Chittagong, the provincial state of Dhaka. Well, but now here we can see the Shama Obaed. When the Bangladeshi terrorist submarines departure is Chittagong, the naval city of Dhaka, and arrival is London, the capital city of England. And now let's check it. What is the points of Blaise Metreweli? Okay. Now here we can see these points. Blaise Metreweli's lowest expenditure on Bangladeshi terrorist submarine is here departure is Dhaka, Bangladesh, and arrival is London, the capital city of England. Oh my other nice. It would be Chittagong. Now level, what is the naval distance? That is 28,000 kilometers. Naval velocity is 28,000 kilometers per second. Naval timing is 1 second. Okay. Now what is the naval timing? Here naval timing is departure timing is morning 6 o'clock, June 21st, 2026. And the arrival time is morning 6 o'clock 1 second past June 21st, 2026. Well, half of weight of Bangladeshi terrorist submarine is 17 multiplied by 10 to the power 6 kilograms. Okay. Now here we can see the sponge. Now let's check it. Where is the roots? Here root is simple. Well, when the Bangladeshi terrorists under the command of Shama Obaed would depart from Chittagong, the city of Bangladesh, they would travel the northern, they would travel Bay of Bengals, northern Indian Oceans, Arabian Sea, western Indian Oceans, and northern South Oceans, will eastern southern capital Atlantic Oceans, eastern middle Atlantic Oceans, and eastern northern Atlantic Oceans to reach to London, the capital city of England. And what is the points? The points is Blaise Metreweli recruiting Bangladeshi terrorists Shama Obaed to attack on 10 million native Englanders. Okay. And now let's check the points at the moments. Well, now let's check it. What is the kinetic force? Oh my god. Now here we can say that is the moments. What is the kinetic force? Here kinetic power is 13.328 quadrillion megawatts. Okay. How is this possible? And now let's take the points. Now remind at this, here we can see accordance with Blaise Metreweli's lowest expenditure on Bangladeshi terrorist submarine under the command of Shama Obaed. Here naval distance is 28,000 kilometers, where departure is Dhaka, the capital city of Bangladesh, and arrival is London, the capital city of England. And here naval velocity is 28,000 km per second. Hence naval timing is 1 second. Now you can see these points in these moments. What is the normal equations of kinetic powers? Normal equations of kinetic power is, well, now here we can see these points. The ordinary equations of kinetic power is here half of weight of Bangladeshi terrorist naval submarines multiplied by distance square divided by travel time cube. But here we can see these points. Naval timing is 1 second and naval distance is here 28,000 kilometers. In these observations, what is naval timing cube? That is naval timing square equal to naval timing to the power 7. Because 1 square equal to 1 cube equal to 1 to the power 666 is always 1. And hence, when the naval timing is of 1 second, accordance with the observations, here kinetic powers became kinetic energy. Hence, what is the kinetic powers? That is half of weight of Bangladeshi terrorist submarines multiplied by distance squares. And now here is the points to be noticed. Okay. Now let's check at the points. What is half of weight of Bangladeshi terrorist submarines? That is 17 multiplied by 10 to the power 6 kilograms. Okay. And here the 17 multiplied by 10 to the power 6. And what is here naval distance? That is 28,000 kilometers. That means 28 multiplied by 10 to the power 6 meters. Now what is naval distance squares? Here 20 squares multiplied by 10 to the power 12 meters. That means here 784 multiplied by 10 to the power 12 meter square. And now let's check it. What is the calculations? Here we can see the calculation is an easy form at the moment. Well, and here we can see this points. Now, here calculation is 17 multiplied by 10 to the power 6 multiplied by 28 square multiplied by 10 to the power 6 square. That means here calculation becomes 784 multiplied by 17 multiplied by 10 to the power 12 multiplied by 10 to the power 6. What is 12 sum by 6? That is 18. And here what is 784 multiplied by 17? That is here 13,328. Hence here we could see here 13,338 multiplied by 10 to the power 18 watts. And here that means here 13.328 quadrillions megawatts. Okay. And now in these cases, here is the significant terms at the moment. Well, and now let's check it. What's going on? And here we could see here fuel is petrol. Petrol cost is almost 2 United States dollars. Okay. Petrol cost is 2 United States dollars per liter. And here I think I have mismentioned at the points per liter. Okay. And now let's check it. Now here is my questions. What is the fuel volumes? Where fuel is petrols. Now here we can see this fuel volume is here kinetic parts multiplied by travel times divided by bracket of specific heat of petrols multiplied by temperature multiplied by what's density of petrols. That is here we can see these points 13,328 multiplied by 10 to the power 18 divided by bracket of 2 multiplied by 50 multiplied by 0.7778. And now here is my mentioned points, and that is the significant moments. Well, what is here 2, that is 2 joule per kilogram per Kelvin to be a specific heat of petrols. Now what is the what is here 50 degrees Celsius, that is has different temperature difference. What is 0.778? That is 0.778 kilogram per liters as a specific heat of petrols. Okay. And now let's check at the moments. And now here we can see what is the fuel cost. Here fuel cost is 2 United States dollar per liters. And here it is the significant moments. What is the necessary fuel cost as an enter petrols. That is here 2 multiplied by 13,338 multiplied by 10 to the power 18 divided by bracket of 2 multiplied by 50 multiplied by 0.778 bracket close. Hence the calculations begins 26,000 656 multiplied by 10 to the power 16 divided by 0.778. And now let's check it. What is the answers at the moment? And here we can see these points. That is almost 343,000 quadrillions United States dollars. Okay. Now here we can see those points. That is as significant momentums at well, but now here we have forgotten to mention the gross domestic product of England. The gross domestic product of United Kingdom in 2026 in United States dollar. Okay, now let's check out the moments. Okay, now here we can see the points. Well, it is the backing to the points at the momentums. The here we can see that is the here 4.26 trillion GDP and 4.26 trillion United States dollars. Okay. On the other hand, now look at the points. Blaise Metreweli spent 343,000 quadrillions United States dollars to Bangladeshi terrorist Shama Obaed as a fuel expenditure for what? In the purpose to eliminate here 10 million native Englander. And now let's check the months. Now here we can see this for moments 343 millions divided by 4.26. Okay. Now let's check it. What is the meaning of that? That is 50 millions. I apologize. That is 80,516,432. That means here we can say those points. Well, here we can see Blaise Metreweli, the Honorable MI6 directors of England, here is dedicated to destroy gross domestic product of England in 80,560,432 tons to spend on petrol on Bangladeshi terrorist submarines under the command of Bangladeshi terrorist Shama Obaed to attack on 10 million native Englander as an lowest budget. Now here we can see this portion is here 10 million native Englander would be attacked by Bangladeshi terrorist submarine under the command of Shama Obaed. That is the plan of whom? Blaise Metreweli, the Honorable MI6 directors. Now it is here, I think it is the significance discussing moments that we have mentioned Blaise Metreweli as an honorable person, where Blaise Metreweli is not deserved to be honorable because she is a Russian spy to become an MI6 directors under the commands of transgender Prime Minister Shama. And now let's check at the moments at the points. And here we can see the now here is an expenditure plans. Now, what is their okay? What is Shama Obaed's plans? Here, that is the dangerous at the moment. Well, task of Bangladeshi terrorist Shama Obaed plan is to conduct artificial earthquake on London, the capital city of England, with the magnitude or to be 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666 trillion, 666 billion, 666 million, 666,000, 666. Okay, now let's check the points. Well, what would be the earthquake energies? We know the earthquake energy equation is 10 to the power bracket of 1.5 multiplied by magnitude bracket close. Hence, when the magnitude is 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666 trillion, 666 billion, 666 million, 666,000, 666. Hence, here the energy would be 10 to the power bracket of 999 multiplied by 10 to the power 666 trillion, 666 billion, 666 million, 666,000, 666 bracket joule. And now that is the significant momentums at the points. Okay. Now what is the fuel? Fuel is nuclear arc reactor with temperature of 666 multiplied by 10 to the power bracket of 999,000, 999 multiplied by 10 to the power 666 trillion, 666 billion, 666 million, 666,000, 666 bracket degree Celsius. And now, what would be the nuclear energy? That is your nuclear weights. Here calculation is that here energy divided by bracket of specific heat of nuclear arc reactor multiplied by temperatures. That is here we can say the sparse 9.75 multiplied by 10 to the power negative bracket of 999,000 multiplied by 10 to the power 666 trillion, 666 billion, 666 million, 666,000, 666 bracket kilograms. And now that is the significant moments. And here that is the artificial earthquake plan of whom? That is the artificial earthquake plan of Shama Obaed. Okay. And now, well, I think I did not mention about the Shama Obaed. Well, now here we can see. Well, it is the girls of Shama Obaed. What is the background of Shama Obaed? Shama Obaed's fathers K.M. Obaidul Rahman was the fourth Secretary General of the Bangladesh Nationalist Party, and here former minister her mother Shahida Obaed is a formal chairperson of Board of Intermediate of Secondary Education at Dhaka. Okay. Now let's check the momentums at the points. Now here we can see this is the momentums. Well, I think here is the significant moments. Now coming to the points. Well, here we are pointing here. Well, now here we can see. Well, now let's check it. Well, here is an earthquake reports of United Kingdoms as an earthquake reports. Now here we can see that is the points to be noted, Millers. Okay. Zero. Okay. And now Here I contest and discussions at the moment. Well, now here we can see what is the moments of discussions. To generate the earthquake with a magnitude of 2.0, here we contest and records of the earthquake energy to be almost 1000. And here we can see the points. What is the moments here? Nuclear earthquake temperatures, nuclear arc reactors temperatures would be 400 multiplied by 10 to the power 666 degrees Celsius. In the steps, here we can see the points. Well, let's consider as a 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666 degrees Celsius. And now, here we can see what is going on. Here we can see that is the significant momentums at some journeys at points to be noted. Well, here 1000 well divided by 15,408 multiplied by, here we can see there is the points 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666 degrees Celsius. Now, what would record the nuclear arc reactor weight to generate an artificial earthquake? That is 9.74 multiplied by 10 to the power, I mean here 9.75 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 671 kilograms of artificial solar arc reactors with the temperature of 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666 degrees Celsius to generate an nuclear artificial earthquake. And now, here we can see the here topic is about artificial earthquake as the points. That is the dangerous perceptions of whom? Blaise Metreweli. Well, now here we can see this part. What if the earthquake would be the four magnitudes or the upper of four magnitudes? And here we can see that is the significant terms. Here we are going to note it. Well, and here now it is the journeys at the points. Well. Not a major earthquake, but let's find out the major only. Okay. Now it is the points January 31, 2022. Well, here major earthquake magnitude is, last major earthquake magnitude is 4.4. Okay. Now when we can see these points. Well. And here now let's calculate their earthquake energies. When magnitude is 4.4, here we know the earthquake energy calculation equation is to be 10 to the power bracket of 1.5 multiplied by magnitude bracket close. Hence, here we can see these points. The calculation is 10 to the power bracket of 1.5 multiplied by 4.4 bracket close. Now, what is 1.5? It is just 3 divided by 2. Okay. Now, here we can see 4.4 divided by 2 is 2.2 and 2.2 multiplied by 3 is 6.6. Hence, the earthquake energy is here 10 to the power 6.6. And now here we can see is this the significant momentums at the points. Well, now here is my questions. what's going on? What if here earthquake would be 10 to the power 6 at the points? Well, so here we can say the point when earthquake energy would be 10 to the power 6 joules. Here, when nuclear arc reactor is temperature is 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666 degrees Celsius, and here we can see it is the ensure the points the nuclear earthquake arc reactor's weight is 9.75 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 674. Okay. Now here we could notify at the points. Here is the it is somehow the unjustified moments. Okay, and here we could see it is almost the momentums at the journeys at points. Well, let me take a rest. Here, in the realities, January 31, 2022, here earthquake is with the magnitude of 4.4, and hence the energy would be 10 to the power 6.6 joules. Hence, here we calculate that when earthquake nuclear arc reactor temperature would be 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666 degrees Celsius. And here we could see the weight would be 9.75 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 674.6. Now let's check the points. What is 7.95 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 674.6? And here let's check the calculations at the moment. Well, now 9.75 well divided by well 10 to the power Blaise 9.75 divided by 10 to the power. Here we can see the 674.6. And now, what is the meaning of that? That is here. Now let's check the points. 9.75 divided by 10 to the power 674.6. And now let's check it. That is here 2.44 multiplied by 10 to the power 674. Okay, I apologize. 2.44 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 674. Well, now, here we can see this points. January 31, 2022, here with the earthquake with the magnitude 4.4 contains the nuclear arc reactors. Okay, here nuclear arc reactors with the magnitude of nuclear arc reactor with the temperatures of 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666 degrees Celsius contains here weight to be 2.45 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 674. And now that is the dangerous points. And here we could see here Blaise Metreweli. Okay. Now what is the momentums at the points? In these times, Blaise Metreweli is dedicated to contact here Bangladeshi terrorist Shama Obaed, where Bangladeshi terrorist Shama Obaed contents and contact from Blaise Metreweli to attacks on 10 million native Englander in London, the capital city of England. And what is the cost here? Well, artificial earthquake cost is 10 million United States dollars, but here travel expenditure cost is 3.43 thousand quadrillion United States dollars. That means almost 80,560,432 times gross domestic products of England that can be destroyed by Blaise Metreweli. And here it is the moments when her designation is MI6 directors. Here we can see how Blaise Metreweli is too much anti-British that she is dedicated to destroy gross domestic products of England with 80,516,432 times to contact an artificial earthquake on London, the capital city of England, with here artificial earthquake magnitude to be 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666 trillions, 666 billions, 666 million, 666,000, 666. And now that is the significant dangerous points. Okay. Now here we can see, well, and here what I have mentioned. Well, in that cases, here 38 minutes we have mentioned the topics about what is the plans of Blaise Metreweli to attack on 10 million native Englander by Bangladeshi terrorist submarines under the command of Bangladeshi terrorist Shama Obaed. And now here is the significant points at the moment. Okay. And now let's check the second points. Well, here I would mention the second point is to be dangerous moments. Okay. Just I have to wait for 2 minutes. Well, and here now let's check at the points. What is the middle budget? Okay. Well, where is the moments? Yes. Well, now here we can see Blaise Metreweli recruiting Bangladeshi terrorist Shama Obaed to attack on University of Cambridge. Okay. Now here we can see Blaise Metreweli's middle expenditure of Bangladeshi terrorist submarines. Here departure is Dhaka, the capital city of Bangladesh, and arrival is Cambridge, the city of England. Okay. Now here we can see the points. What is the naval distance? Here naval distance is almost okay. Now here we can see naval distance is 28,000 kilometers. And now what is the naval velocity? The naval velocity is 1112,000 kilometers per second. And what is the naval timing? That is 0.25. Now let's check it. What is the meaning of that? Here, departure time would be morning 6 o'clock, June 31st, 2026. Here, arrival time would be morning 6 o'clock, 0.25 second past. Here, June 21st, 2026. Now, here we can see. Here we follow the kinetic and Albert Einsteinian kinetic powers. Okay. Now here we can see the weight of Bangladeshi terrorist submarines is almost 34 multiplied by 10 to the power 6 kilograms. And now, what is the statistic energies? Well, now here we can see the points. That is 34 multiplied by 10 to the power 6 multiplied by 9 multiplied by 10 to the power 16. That is 306 multiplied by 10 to the power 22 joules. Okay. Now here we can see the points. That is the significant terms at the moment. Okay. Now let's come into the points. When the velocity is 112,000 km per second, then what is the lambda? We know the equations of lambda subtracted by 1 is here 1 divided by bracket of square root of bracket of 1 subtract by v squared divided by c squared, enter bracket close, enter subtract by 1. And here we can see these points. What is the calculations? That is here 1 divided by square root of bracket of 1 subtract by 0.3734 square, enter bracket close, enter subtract by 1. And here the value of lambda subtract by 1 is 0.77797. Okay. Now what is the kinetic powers? That is here bracket of mc square bracket divided by t times enter multiple by bracket of lambda subtract by 1. And here the calculation is here 306 multiplied by 10 to the power 22, enter divided by 0.25, enter multiple by 0.07797. That is almost 954.4 quadrillions megawatts. Okay. Now it is the significant points at some times. Okay. Now I think here calculation we contains some miscalculation at the points. No, yes, calculation is correct. Okay. And now here we can see what is going on. That sometimes where we could see these points. Here fuel is petrols and cost is 2 United States per dollar. I mean 2 United States dollars per liters. But here I have forgotten to mention like this. And here I am here to correct that. Per liter. Okay. And now, and in this moments, that is the points to be noticed. Now here is my questions. What is the fuel volumes? That is kinetic powers divided by travel times. I apologize. Kinetic powers multiplied by travel times, enter divided by bracket of specific heat of petrols multiplied by here temperatures multiplied by density of petrols. Now here we can see that is the momentums at the points. Oh my other nice. And here the calculation is somehow the significantly problematics at the moment. Well, I can fix it. 306 multiple by 0.07797. Okay. Uh, Now here we can see the points. That is almost 238.59. Okay. Now here we can see. Here we contain some miscalculations. Well, 238.59 multiplied by 10 to the power 21 divided by bracket of 2 multiplied by 50 multiplied by here 0.778 bracket close. And here now let's check it. Hence the answer is clear. That would be here 238.59 multiplied by 10 to the power 19 divided by 0.778. Okay. Now here we can see that is the points here we can. Now let's contains a cost. What is the cost? Fuel cost. That is 2 United States dollars per liters. Now, and now the what is the combined fuel cost? That is here 2 multiplied by 238.59 multiplied by 10 to the power 21 divided by bracket of 100 multiplied by 0.778 bracket close. And now here that is the clear cut points. Well, now 238.59 multiplied by here 2, that is 477.18. Okay. Now here we can see this points. Well, 477.18 multiplied by 10 to the power 19 divided by 0.778. And now let's check it. What's going on the points? And here we can see 477.18 multiplied by 10 to the power 19 here divided by 0.778. And now let's check it. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, 7, 321s, and here we can see the points. Well, what is 20 ounce? Okay. Now here we can see it is almost yes 6.2 million quadrillions United States dollars. And now that is the significant calculations at the moment. And here we could notify at some times. Okay. Now here is my questions. What is the points? What is the meaning of 6.2 million quadrillions United States dollars? And here 6.2 million quadrillion United States dollars is 6 multiplied by 10 to the power 21 United States dollars. That means 6.2 billion trillions United States dollars. Okay, now let's check it. 6.2A9. Well, that can be divided by 4.26. And now let's check it the moments. What is the points to be noticed? That is 1,455,399,000. Here are 62 approximately. Okay. Now here we can see that is the points that here 60 significant momentums at the points, and here Blaise Metreweli is ready to destroy gross domestic products of England with here 1,455,399,062 times, only to dedicated to contact the Bangladeshi terrorist submarines under Bangladeshi terrorist Shama Obaed to attack on the University of Cambridge, where University of Cambridge is the second best university of England. And now here we can see those points. Well, now here I would like to tell you the second best university of England is a private university, that is the Moments. Well, there is no Europe contains the governmental universities. Here every university contains the chancellor to be private trustee. Their trustee is private, their chancellor is private. Now, in Bangladesh, here we can see our vice chancellor is a private person, but the chancellor of the every private university is the president of Bangladesh. But in Europe, the private university is not in the systems. Here, chancellor of European university is the different persons from the government. And here, now let's check it the moments. And here we can see it is sometimes University of Cambridge. Okay. Now here we can see this points. Here we can notify. Well, it is the University of Cambridge. Now, when University of Cambridge has been established, that is almost here to the calendar of 1209. Okay. And now here is the significant points to be noticed. Well. And now here is my points, that what is the moments that Blaise Metreweli contacts Shama Obaed to contents Bangladeshi terrorist submarines under Shama Obaed to destroy the University of Cambridge. What was in University of Cambridge? And here the answer is very simple. The University of Cambridge here contains some significant moments. The University of Cambridge contains the third greatest scientist of the world, that is Stephen Hawking. Okay. Now, third greatest scientist and third greatest scientist as in quality and as a timeline, Stephen Hawking was the third greatest scientist of the world, and he was an atheist. And now, what is the moment here? An atheist and Englanders can remains the honor of the one University of England that is here intolerable for Blaise Metreweli. And here is my point that what is the conspiracy of Blaise Metreweli? Here Blaise Metreweli's conspiracy is very simple. The Blaise Metreweli's conspiracy is here she is funding Shama, Bangladeshi terrorist Shama Obaed to contest Bangladeshi terrorist submarine to attack the University of Cambridge. Well, what is the with the kinetic powers of 954 quadrillion megawatts, with an fuel cost to be almost 6.2 million quadrillions United States dollars, where Blaise Metreweli could destroy the economical sovereignty of England with here 1 billion 455 million 399,000 here 62 times. Okay, and now let's get the momentums, and here we can see okay, and here is one momentum stance at some terminologies as we could see these moments. Well, and here now in that cases, what is the artificial earthquake magnitude? That is here 666,666,000 here multiplied by 10 to the power 666 trillion 666 billion 666 million 666,000 666 degrees Celsius. And now, what is the earthquake energies? In these cases, earthquake energies is 10 to the power bracket of 999,999,999 multiplied by 10 to the power 666 trillion 666 billion 666 million 666,000 666 joules. And here we can see the fuel is nuclear arc reactor with the temperature of 666 multiplied by 10 to the power bracket of 999 trillion 999 I apologize million. Temperature would be 666 multiplied by bracket of I apologize here temperature. Here we can see what is the earthquake fuel, that is nuclear arc reactor with the temperature of 666 multiplied by 10 to the power bracket of 999 billion 999 million 999,000 999 multiplied by 10 to the power 666 trillion 666 billion 666 million 666,000 666 degrees Celsius. And now, what is the nuclear weight? That is 9.75 multiplied by 10 to the power negative bracket of 999 billion multiplied by 10 to the power 666 trillion 666 billion 666 million 666,000 666 kilograms. And now, that is we can see that is a significant dangerous moments at the points to be noticed. Okay. Now here we can see these points coming to the points of London. Okay. Now here we can see these points. We are coming to points of London. And here, now let's check at the moments. Blaise Metreweli recruiting here Bangladeshi terrorist Shama Obaed to attack on University of Oxford. Now we can see Blaise Metreweli's expenditures on Bangladeshi terrorist submarines under Bangladeshi terrorist Shama Obaed. Here we can see departure is Dhaka, the capital city of Bangladesh. Arrival is Oxford, the city of England. Okay. Now let's the points. Naval distances here 28,000 kilometers. Well, what is the naval velocity? That is 224 kilometer per second. And what is the naval timing? That is 0.125 seconds. Now let's check it. What is the departure times? That is morning 6 o'clock, June 21st, 2026. And the arrival time is morning 6 o'clock, 0.125 second past, June 21st, 2026. Well, here we know the statistic energy of Bangladeshi terrorist submarine is 306 multiplied by 10 to the power 22 joules. And now, let's check it. What is lambda subtract by 1? That is here 1 divided by square root of bracket of 1 subtract by 0.7.67 square, enter bracket close, enter subtract by 1. That is here we can see this points. That is here 0.503396, because here 0.7467 is the velocity of Bangladeshi terrorist submarine divided by velocity of light. Okay. Now here we can see this points. What is the kinetic power equations? Here we can see the kinetic power equation is, well, statistic energy divided by travel time enter multiple by bracket of lambda subtract by 1. And here we can see this points. As in calculations, here we can see this, that is 8 multiplied by 306 multiplied by, oh my god. Now here we can see this points, 8 multiplied by 306, well, multiplied by 0.509396. And now let's check at the moments. Now what's going on the points? That is here we could notify here calculations is 12.324 thousand quadrillions megawatts. And now that is here significant points to be noticed. But here we can see a calculation is going some mistaken process. And here, okay. Now let's check it the points to be noted, my lords. And here we can see okay. Just wait and watch. 0.503396. And now here is the moments, and sometimes that is here significant, that is here 12.34 thousand quadrillion megawatts. Okay, that is the kinetic powers of Bangladeshi terrorist submarines under the command of whom? Shama Obaed to attack on where? The University of Oxford. Okay, now here we can see this points. Well, University of Oxford. Okay, now here we can see this points. It is the moments here, University of Oxford. That is quite beautiful, right? Okay, and now let's check it the moments. What is the petrol price? When here petrol fuel is petrol and petrol cost is 2 United States dollars per liters. But here, unfortunately, I did not mention as per liters. And here, I am here to fix it. Okay. And now, let's check it the moments. Okay. And here we can see that is sometimes at the journeys. What is the fuel cost? Here we can see the fuel cost is here 12 2 multiplied by 12,324 multiplied by here 10 to the power 21 divided by bracket of 2 multiplied by 50 multiplied by 0.778. That is here almost 317 million quadrillions United States dollars. And now let's check it. What is the meaning of 317 million quadrillions United States dollars? Okay, 317 E9. Okay, now here we can see this point divided by 0.778. Okay, that I apologize in 317 A9 divided by 4.26. That is here we can see that is almost the significant terms. Well, 74 billions 413 millions 145,540 times of gross domestic products of England. Now here we can see, well, now it is the significant times at the moment, and here we could see this is the points. Blaise Metreweli was ready to destroy the gross domestic product of England in 74 billions 413 millions here 145,540 tons to spend on the patrols of Bangladeshi terrorist submarines under the command of whom? That is their Shama Obaed Islam, only to contact and terrorist attack on the University of Oxford. Now here we can see these points. Well, okay. Now we can see here is the only moments that can be discussed, that how here Blaise Metreweli can be dedicated to destroy the sovereignty of England under the hand of Bangladeshi terrorist Shama Obaed Islam, and that is the significant dangerous moments. And now Hence, but still here our irony is that the transgender Prime Minister Keir Starmer appoint the Russian girls Blaise Metreweli the Russian girls Blaise Metreweli as an MI6 director, where MI6 is the foreign intelligence agency to protect the sovereignty of England. And now that is the moment. What is the significant matters that we could see the dangerous anti-British Blaise Metreweli. Now see you then. Khuda, love you. And my next live stream is here. What about the passenger Bangladeshi terrorist passenger planes? Okay. Now have a nice day.